Right, Dave's prepared a bit of fun. Then Elis and I don't know what it is, but one of the buttons on my screen is pink.
Hit it.
And it says Valentine's
Hit it.
music.
Oh, this is nice.
It's getting sexy again, Dave. I don't think sexiness works on the radio.
Oh, but for a Valentine's Day feature, it does.
No, because you don't have like erotic radio channels. Like you don't have
Gap in the market.
We don't have like late night
erotic radio.
Yeah.
Oh, there's late night love on a number of stations, which is just kind of, Chris Rea into
That's not erotic.
John Cicada.
Chris Rea's not erotic.
Is he not?
Like
Barry White.
Barry White. Okay, all right. Well,
Je t'aime.
Let's go for it.
Right, so it's Valentine's Day. And I feel that it's been a bit unfair since late last year when at the pub show we did at the end of December, we played Mr. and Mrs. with Elis's other half, Izzy. So it was a little bit awkward, a little bit embarrassing for Elis, but a lot of fun all the same. So I feel like we need to redress the balance by maybe bringing you into this with your relationship with Elis. The look he just gave
Dave,
me.
what is... I'm a very private person.
So...
My private life is not up for grabs.
Yeah, there's three facts here that are up for grabs just for today's true or false game, which I'm going to play with Elis.
Have you been in contact with my full-time F?
Yes. She sent across...
Has she betrayed me? Because a lack of betrayal is one of the key tenets of our relationship.
Well, after she sent across the third anecdote...
The first, a year ago today, when I proposed to her, I said, right, I'm going to ask you...
Don't ruin this, because this could be to do with one of the things that she sent across.
I said, I will not be betrayed.
Yeah.
Happened under Blair, it's not going to happen again.
Okay.
And she
You're
understood.
You're not being betrayed.
Well, I feel I've been certainly, there's been whispers in corridors that I've not been a party to.
I had to go through her official website, send an email on the official contact us form to then get her to then send me her email address.
DM her on Instagram.
To get her to commit treason?
I don't know how to DM on Instagram. I did try that.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so Elis, this is a game that you will play.
Righto.
It's called John's True or False Valentine's Game.
Okay. Can we turn down the sexy music?
Yeah, do you want... Okay, we'll turn it down a touch.
It's making me feel too erotic.
Okay. So there's three...
Is there anything in here that I will get seriously angry about?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Maybe the final one, but we'll see.
What? I am now out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, John's gone red.
I don't like being out of my comfort zone.
He's
Elis.
gone red in that way that worries me and doesn't make me laugh. So I'm now...
It happens about once every 6 months.
Yeah.
I did say to Elis before the show, should we definitely do this because I don't want John to be angry at me.
It's
But
all right,
we
it's all
both
right,
agreed that we think it's okay. We think it's
yeah.
broadly fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So, fact number one, Elis. True or false? John was planning on proposing to me at Harry Potter World on Valentine's Day last year, until I said, imagine if some loser proposes to his girlfriend at Harry Potter World on Valentine's Day, the night before we went. He then had a rethink.
I think that's true.
Well, he alluded to it a little bit earlier on.
Mainly because John likes Harry Potter
Yeah.
and is a romantic man, and I think that's a way of killing two birds with one stone.
Time.
Like if John liked M&Ms, he would have proposed at M&M's World, I think, but obviously he's a Harry Potter guy, so I'm going to say that's true.
John, is it true?
It is true. In fact, it was doubly thwarted. Get this right. Harry Potter World, you can pose in the flying car. Okay? Cool. You can pose on a broomstick.
Yeah.
And they've got a green screen in the back. So I'm on the broomstick, and I thought I could propose on the broomstick. So I said,
there must be a queue of people.
no, but you get to go to your little booth. So me and my then girlfriend are in the booth, and I said to the guy, perfectly pleasant, but let's face it, they've got a job to do. They're under instruction. I said, oh, it's all right if my girlfriend comes on the broom as well. We get a photo with both of us. He's like, no, it's only one person per picture. And you just kind of want to go, mate, really? Is that the hill you're going to die on, that you can't have two people? If J.K. Rowling were here, would she go, actually, just one person per photo with a 800 million pounds?
Did you say, I want to propose on a broomstick?
Well, how do you whisper that when you're wearing a wizard's cape? Anyway, so now I've got a photo of her on a broomstick and me on a broomstick, but never the twain shall meet. Unless
Photoshop.
it's actually a message of health and safety to young Harry Potter fans that there's not room for two on a broom, but there's often two. Anyway, carry on. Next one.
Okay, next one. There's 3 of these, but if it gets towards 2 o'clock, we'll save the next one for the
news will have to be late, Dave.
No, the news
you
can't be late
leave
for
me on
this.
tenterhooks.
The news can't be late for this. Okay, number 2. True or false? John insisted on buying a bottle of fancy champagne at a fish restaurant when we'd only been seeing each other for a few weeks. When I asked why, he shouted, "Because I love you," and the whole restaurant stopped and stared.
Oh, like something out of a Richard Curtis film.
A very awkward Richard Curtis film, yeah.
I didn't know, John. I didn't know I was broadcasting with Hugh
That was
Grant.
the first time.
Wait a minute, true or false?
That is true, I think, because I'm sure I remember this. I'm sure that it slipped out and then he had to backtrack and then he decided not to backtrack.
John?
Yeah, that was the first time I told her I loved her. It was an accident. But I meant it.
Yeah.
But, she said, "Why are you getting expensive champagne?" I said, "Because it's nice." And she said, "Oh, what is too much money?" I said, "It's fine." She said, "Why are you getting it?" I said, "Because I love you." And
Oh, John.
and
Why am I crying?
and I still got the little, and because it was so expensive, so you get a loyalty card at this restaurant. Because it was so expensive, we filled in all of the bits on the loyalty card with one bill. So
Oh,
technically,
wow.
because I've kept it to put in my memory box, technically we could get a free meal the next time we go.
Right, okay.
I've got one more, but I'm really tempted to just save it for after 2 o'clock.
Well, they've started the
news bet.
persistent music.
No, that's what I mean. So I'm not going to get away the final story, which I think we've all figured out by now. They're all going to be true, without.
I hadn't figured that out.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
Dave.
It was quite clear. So why don't we do it after 2 o'clock? Because it'd be a shame to waste it in 35 seconds.
Are we going to lose this wonderful tender moment, though, Dave?
I
No,
can
we
cry
won't.
for 5 minutes.
Okay, well, now we're going to stay tuned to find out what the third question is on this beautiful Valentine's feature / organised betrayal. We are going to go to you for a mixture of news, sport, thoughts, feelings, traffic, travel, weather, discussion, opinion, and we will be having an unsung hero after the final question of our Valentine's themed quiz / betrayal. Here's the 5 Live News.
You're listening to Ellis James and John Robbins on BBC Radio 5 Live.
That's right, folks. We're back in our slightly truncated Valentine's Day quiz / betrayal. Let's see. Just to recap you, if you just joined during the news, Dave has gone behind my back to stab me.
Yeah.
And Elis gave it the okay.
Yeah. So I stabbed you in the front.
Yeah, you stabbed me in the front, Dave stabbed me in the back, because they have asked my full-time fiancé 3 questions about me to play a little kind of Mr. and Mrs. game.
And it's given John a sort of glassy-eyed stare that I 60% find funny, 40% I'm a bit worried about. Anyway, there's 1 question left, isn't there, Dave?
There is 1 question left. Should we recap the other 2 first?
Yeah, go on then.
So the 2 that we said before the news, which were both true, was John was planning on proposing to me at Harry Potter World on Valentine's Day last year until I said, "Imagine if some loser proposes to his girlfriend at Harry Potter World on Valentine's Day." The night before we went, so he had a rethink. When did you propose to her then? If it wasn't at Harry Potter World on a broomstick?
He did at Legoland.
So I had a mirror made. There's a very, very fantastic designer who makes
Big
she's called
mirrors.
Alex May Hughes, and she makes illustrate. What the hell was that, Dave?
That was my laptop, sorry.
She makes illustrated mirrors. So I had one made to pop the question, but I didn't know how to erect it in the house because she was staying at my house, and I wanted to sort of have it set up with the ring when we got back. So I came up with a plan. The plan was that we would go to the car to go to Harry Potter World. I would say that I was in desperate need of the toilet all of a sudden. She wouldn't think anything was suspicious. So
Yeah.
on the way to the car, I said, I'm going to S myself. I then went back into the house. I knew I had maybe 3 minutes, so I practiced setting up all the stuff, came back to the car. She said, how was the toilet? I said it was fine.
Yeah, textbook.
We then had a lovely time in Harry Potter World. And then I came back and turned on the fairy lights when we got back, and bang, there it was.
Oh.
So it was a nice, if odd, approach.
Good. The
That was
second one.
5 years, a year ago today.
Second one was John insisted on buying a bottle of fancy champagne at a fish restaurant. They'd been seeing each other for a few weeks. And when she asked, he said, "Because I love you," which is quite nice, really. That's quite sweet.
Yeah, but also it wasn't as sort of, it was, what made it, I guess, sweet in the moment was that I hadn't intended to say it.
Yeah.
Sort of in a heightened sort of discussion about whether we should buy this champagne. I didn't turn to her and go, because I love you. It wasn't so like...
Yeah, it wasn't Hugh Grant-esque.
No.
Okay, Elis, final one, true or false?
Okay.
In the Valentine's Day game, true or false game, sometimes John makes me put headphones on so he can... Wait for it, John. Right, I'm going to start again. And we'll do this as many times as it takes, John, until you stop laughing. Sometimes John makes me put headphones on so he can fart loudly upstairs.
Like on Mr. and Mrs. when they go into the soundproof booth.
Yeah.
I've Googled how you make a soundproof booth in your house.
Oh,
John,
lots of empty egg cartons.
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
True or false, John?
No, I'm not answering the questions, am I?
I would
What?
say,
No, sorry, Elis,
I
true or
would say
false?
surely that's true.
John.
It's as true as the
Oh
breeze.
my
As
gosh.
true as the meadow.
What sort of time frame are you putting to this? So you're saying just maybe listen to your favourite 4 songs? Maybe listen to the first 30 seconds of your favourite song. Well, what are we talking about?
Maybe an episode of The American Office. But I think I've had discussions with this about every person I've ever met. My house is quite small because I'm a modest man whose needs are but a sit and a stare.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this means all the rooms are close to each other. And I can't just pop downstairs.
Yeah, nature has noises.
Nature has noises, and everyone's different with the amount of nature going on in their body at any one time. Some of us are prone to a lot of nature.
Yes.
And I'm, part of this is trying to be considerate.
Yeah.
But there does come a time when you say, look, I've had onions and lager.
Yeah.
This is DEFCON 1.
And I think God got this one wrong.
The night, that shall ever be remembered as Bang Bang Cauliflower Gate, it was catastrophic. I had to go downstairs at about 2 a.m. and just stay there for an hour.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And there's only so much American Office you can watch at that time of night.
Absolutely.
Your full-time fiance's got work in the morning.
But I think isn't that nicer
is
than
nice.
just doing loads of guffs
You're
next to someone, say, whack the headphones on, I'll be back down in 15 minutes.
Yeah, volume 9 this time.
Yeah. Also, it's
Maybe listen to some Metallica or something.
well,
Or Rammstein.
I just don't understand why there isn't a law that every toilet, both public and private, plays Metallica.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're saving the romance.
but also I live in a. We've discussed toilet positioning so far too often on this show and on previous shows, but my house is quite old. So the doors are don't turn the sexy music off, Dave, when I'm talking about toilet
I think
positioning.
this is the right time to turn the sexy music
So
off.
the doors are like a centimetre thick old wood. You're not talking like a proofed fire door.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
It's not, those...
But some people amazes me. They just don't care. They're so the windmill we went to, the toilet, which was wonderful, one of the best places I've ever stayed, but there was no actual physical barrier between the toilet and the bedroom.
That is crazy.
Well, it wasn't crazy in terms of the way it was laid out, but it makes you think, am I mad? Are all couples just going to the toilet in front of each other? No, exactly.
No.
When you go
I would actually pass a UN resolution about this.
It's like when you go into a hotel and the toilet is frosted glass. And you're thinking, what architect looks at a toilet next to a bed and thinks, well, you want to give them a bit of a view. You want them at least to have an outline of what you're doing. No, what are you on about? I went to this was in a hotel divan, mate. And you don't get many of them to the pound. It was being provided gratis because I was doing a gig and it was included because it was a charity gig. The toilet door, as in the door, was clear glass.
So where is the toilet itself in this?
Facing the bed. So if you're sat in bed on your phone and you look up, you are direct line of sight to the toilet. It wasn't even round a corner, and the door didn't even close properly. And you're like, who on earth? What? It's like something out of Saw. You find yourself in a room. There's an empty sort of There's an empty bottle of chili sauce, and you've got a toilet next to a bed with a glass door, and it's like, stay together, keep this relationship alive.
You know how electronic locks on trains wind me up?
Oh, mate.
Because there was nothing wrong with mechanical
I
locks.
trust metal.
Yeah.
I trust the sight of a metal lock in a metal housing. I don't trust a red light saying toilet door is now locked.
That was fine. That technology was fine. It didn't need updating.
Didn't need to be updated, mate.
And I don't think the toilet door had anything wrong with it. But in the last 10 years or so, suddenly they've become see-through.
Yeah, but also what train operator... Well, I know what train operator it is.
Don't say it.
Okay,
Don't
I
say
won't,
it.
but it's one that's got the most frustrating little audio message.
That's fine. I don't think they do that anymore if it's soon.
No, they don't. They've lost the franchise. Who says, right, all these toilet doors work because they've got metal locks, all of them work. Why don't we introduce an element of risk?
Yeah.
Into the toilet door. Well, that's what people have been crying out for years, is an element of risk.
I think it's a shame that toilet doors are opaque.
Yeah. If my girlfriend is listening to this now, she'll think, I have had this conversation with him 1,000 times, where he is obsessed with toilets.
But I would say an opaque toilet door is the bare minimum. I'd like it to be soundproof. I'd like it to be the sound of gunfire.
Yeah.
Just make...
Opaque, 1. Lockable, 2. Separated from you and the rest of humanity by a moat, 3.
Yeah. 300 feet.
Anyway, sorry, a very romantic quiz has now turned into a discussion about toilet architecture and design, for which I apologise.
But let's not move away from the fact that you ask your girlfriend to put her headphones on when you fart loudly upstairs. We should really finish on that, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Just a bookend.
There's no way of sugarcoating it, but I also go upstairs.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, and you sing at the same time.
And also, I don't put it in those terms. I say, I'm just going to pop upstairs. Do you want to maybe listen on your headphones for a bit? Yeah. And then it's quite good. It's like Lynn when she's watching Poirot with the headphones on.
Oh, yeah.
And but then, and this is just classic me, as soon as you get upstairs, they've all gone.
Yeah.